oui.
C'est parfait.
C'est parfait.
On est en présence d'une communauté.
Ouais, les Canadiens jouent ce soir.
Oh, my.
Hey, did you see that game on Saturday?
That was amazing.
That was the best game
Yeah.
I had seen in so long. And Cole Caulfield's a magician.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Nick Suzuki.
Yeah, he's not bad either.
No, but like I remember, I you know, in the beginning, the Flyers are beating, or the Flyers are beating,
Montreal.
Canadians are trailing. Then we get tied. Then they score again. Then we score, and then it's like it's just game
And
over.
it's 4-3, and there's like 3 seconds left, and they score
1.9.
Hey,
1.9.
1.9 seconds. The kid shoots it from the side of the net and gets it in. And
It was like they won the cup.
that's when everybody in all of Montreal woke up their children, right, by
Tell them
screaming
what
in the
just
living
happened.
room. My cousin called me from Toronto. He said, "Yeah, I'm watching the Habs game. I woke up my wife. She thought someone was in the house." and then it goes to the penalty shots, which I just love.
And you know what?
What?
That's exactly like when you're in business and you feel discouraged and you feel like shit, things are not working out.
Look at this segue.
Okay.
What? It's not over until it's over. So don't quit beforehand. And this is what's happening right now for a lot of people because we're entering the holidays, and I feel it already.
Hold on. Is it a giving up completely, or is it just turning
It's a feeling
turning
of-
the tap off and saying I'm gonna go on vacation?
Yes.
I'm gonna do my shopping.
What's the point?
And if I go on vacation, someone's gonna call me because that's how it works being a realtor, right? You go on vacation, someone calls you, they want to sell their house, and then you come back and you pick where you left off, right?
That's exactly it.
But does that happen? Does that happen? No, it doesn't happen.
No. I don't know where you put at me. Everybody knows that answer. It's not that. That's not real life, and that's what you see in the movies and Selling Sunset. But I've maybe once I was like, all right, I'm not prospecting today, and then I got a call. I was like, hey, I got referred to, and I was like, oh. Well. Then the next day I was like, I'm gonna do that again.
It's funny,
and
you know.
nothing happened.
Since I started here, which has been what now, 2 months, 3 months, about just almost 3 months. I didn't really go to my network and say, hey, you know, aside from posting on LinkedIn, hey, I'm now brand director of Miller Group, blah blah blah. I didn't go to the people I was skirting and say like, this is my new thing, da da da. And I got one message today from a client saying, hey, can you help me find something? So it goes to show if you're not doing the daily contact or the weekly contact, they're never going to call.
And you've been in business for what?
For 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah, 8
It took
years.
3 months for somebody to reach out.
Yeah,
Mike,
imagine.
I'm curious because you've been doing this for 15 years or so.
Yeah.
Because I don't listen when you tell me how many years. You've said it about 100 times. But have you gotten any calls from anybody over the last year or so that you've been with me? Just out of the blue, like I want to sell.
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah. Got
But so
calls.
one call in 8 months, 9 months, a year.
No, I got another call February, and I got another call September, and I got another call in October.
So 4 calls
Yeah.
in a year.
But how true is this? Because every time, I remember when I first started, I would say to people, like, eventually you don't gotta knock.
Well, there it is.
Eventually you don't gotta knock. And
15
people
years.
would tell me, yeah, man, eventually you're just gonna get in the swing, your name's gonna become known, and it's gonna be happening, it's just gonna go.
Well, that's the reality.
Is that actually true?
But that's the reality of most. That's why they have 2-3 transactions a year. So
Right.
I always talk about that. Look, you can just walk around and breathe and eat, and you're going to get 4 transactions.
But I was
a
also
year.
doing other businesses too, which means that I wasn't solely focusing
Is that
on...
an excuse?
No, but what I'm saying is that...
You're excusing your.
No,
4 as a
what I'm
result?
saying is that I probably would have gotten more return if I was more involved in the business, just like we're pushing brokers to be involved in their business. So,
But were you ever involved in your business?
well,
In your real
I
estate
was
business?
always working many things at the same
Dabbling?
time. No, dabbling.
You're a dabbler, is what
No,
you're saying.
I'm just a person that likes to get multiple streams of income.
So you're not you're easily distracted.
At all. At all. He goes for the money. I do the same thing. I do the same. You know, if you can get the sure money, why don't
No,
you
but
get
where
the
I'm
sure
going
money,
with
right?
this, because no one's understanding.
What are you
the
trying to get
depth
to?
Of what I'm trying to say is that
What
it's
are you
important to focus on one thing and go full on. So if you're doing 17 businesses, it's hard to succeed in a
Absolutely.
massive way. When I get criticized about, well, it's all about growth. You know why?
Why?
Why? I just said why. Because you got to focus all
Number
on
one.
something to
Yeah.
move the damn thing forward or move it enough that
Yeah,
you're.
if that was your purpose.
If
But
you're
at
trying
that
to
point,
be
it
a-
wasn't my purpose, though.
If you're trying to be all around,
But that wasn't
you're
my
not
purpose.
moving
But it
nothing.
wasn't my purpose, though, at the time.
But
It was
you
not my
can
purpose.
see that is applied with the top brass at our offices. These people are always working. They're always in the office. They always have somebody in the office. They're always on the road. They're always doing content. They're always doing the full cycle of what it takes to do.
no.
You don't think so?
I'm saying to not try to do all of the things at the same time because you're not going to move the you got to pick a thing and move all in on that thing to nudge it so that there's a response. You got to go extreme on things. If you want to become champion of the world, and you got to be extreme at something. You can't just
Pointing at Gwen.
Yeah,
pointing
but
at Gwen.
she can't just kick. She has to punch too. You know, she's got to keep it moving on the both sides.
You probably had one maneuver or something, no? Was there a
It's a
thing?
multiple.
Up, down, down.
Non, 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 non. Est-ce que tu avais comme un move ou une affaire qui était comme ton...
Ton classique.
Tu sais,
Mais
comme
tu
les
faisais,
boxeurs,
tu
ils ont-
faisais tes katas.
Non, je faisais que du combat.
OK.
Et comme j'avais des mouvements préférés, c'est sûr.
Non, mais pas préféré, mais où tu dominais comme ça. À chaque fois que tu faisais un left hook,
Ouais.
snap,
Oui, mais en
whatever.
fait, on apprend à travailler avec nos meilleurs, mais aussi avec nos faiblesses. C'est-à-dire qu'on s'adapte à l'autre personne. Puis si faut qu'on utilise la technique la moins bonne, mais quand c'est comme ça qu'on va gagner, on va utiliser une technique qu'on n'aime pas vraiment pour gagner. Puis on va s'adapter à l'autre en fait.
And how long would you train on that specific combination or that move? Hours.
Mon préféré,
Ouais.
moi c'était les coups de pied.
Ouais, hein.
Ouais, tous les coups de pied.
Tout.
Ouais.
Mais tu donnais des coups de poing pareils pour.
Mais
Tu vois, fait que ça vient à dire que c'était pas essayer d'être parfait dans tout, c'est
Ben, c'est justement, on revient à la même chose.
Non,
J'étais pas
monsieur,
parfait partout.
Monsieur Michel, s'il vous plaît, je vous prie. Vous écoutez pas là? We gotta. That's why you need one specialist, another specialist, another specialist, and so that if you can build that team.
I
where
need you to
got
tell
the
my wife I'm a
specialist.
specialist.
Yeah,
okay?
you don't wanna be all
Send
around.
her a message.
You're all around.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
You're all around of retention, development, and
I am
finance,
not
and
all
this.
around.
No.
False to say that, Mr.
You used
Secret.
to say that before you had us,
What
you
I
did all
said-
the roles.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I am great at sales.
Sure,
I am a master at sales.
sure.
I am a great leader, but I'm not good at many things. So
Like, what are you
No,
not
hold
good
on.
at?
What you're saying is you're not good at doing all
I'm
the
not good at
things
saying-
all the time. That's what you're
No,
saying.
I'm not someone that's good at saying, "Great job, guys! Way to go!"
We agree.
You don't
we agree.
say.
We agree.
Être le meilleur, je pense pas qu'il faut comme trouver une chose et puis être le meilleur dans une chose. Je pense que c'est être très bon dans une chose, mais justement travailler toutes les faiblesses pour les remonter aussi et pour être meilleur que tout le monde dans l'ensemble. Parce
Ouais.
que c'est un ensemble.
But the
qui fait-
thing that's important that I'm trying to convey that I don't see no one catching,
We're not-
and
we're
it's
not
probably
following.
me.
We're not-
It's
we're not
probably the
seeing
way.
it.
Maybe I'm not a good communicator.
No,
I
you
don't
are a
know.
great communicator.
You gotta focus and give it your all onto one thing to move so that people start seeing you or recognizing you. So if you're a broker, you gotta target one aspect of your business that you need to put all your energy on. You can't be good at nurturing or taking care of your clients, at growth, at prospecting, at legal aspect, paperwork, organization. You can't. Don't try to be it all. Focus on the one thing you're good at. So if you're not happy with your business, with the numbers, with the sales, with the listing, focus on that and put the floor to the metal to the floor, the pedal down to the ground, the wherever you go. And do not be tempted to move off the growth.
Accelerator. Yeah.
You see? No one understands.
No, I understand, but it's still the way you're saying it sounds risky because if let's say
It
as
is
a-
risky.
No,
That's
no,
the
but I
whole
mean,
point.
listen. As a broker, if you're saying I'm not going to do a bit of everything, which is how people think it should be, I have to be good at everything as a broker, but I'm going to focus just at growing my business, 100% prospecting, being out there, this and I'm going to not do anything that has to do with nurturing. Then you lose all your current clients. while
No,
you're trying
you
to get new
don't
ones.
lose all
How?
your current client. You do not.
You don't. Why? You're not giving them
How?
attention.
The
Oh.
fear is there, Gabriel. It's real, but you're not going to lose it all. So I'm not saying to not do no client retention or nurturing at all, zero. But 99% of your efforts got to be on the growth if you want to move towards that goal and pierce through the noise and the competition and everything.
You know what?
You will never, as a full rounded individual, stand out by being round. It's a round thing. You got to be a narrow, pierce through.
You know what?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You got to put some animation behind that. Imagine a big circle, a big ball.
Yeah.
It's just bouncing. Boop, boop, boop. It gets pushed around. You see?
Sure.
But a narrow will pierce through anything.
I'm used to that. So here's the question though.
Ask away, baby.
Oh yeah. Oh, I shall. For businesses, right? One of the questions a lot of people usually ask for when it's time to grow a business, which is what we're trying to do, is the best way to grow a business is to take care of who you have already, because what's the point of growing if you lose at the same time?
Well, you're gonna empty your basket that way. You're gonna empty your basket fast.
That's the fear of
Yeah.
the commoners, the people that have not done.
Is that not how it works?
It's a normal fear. It's a logical fear. But again, if you try to retain and grow, you can't. You can only grow or shrink. There's no other option,
Maintain.
right? So if I put my energy
Well, if
onto the
you're losing as
retain-
much as you're gaining, you're not growing.
That's my
Yeah.
point.
That's the point.
Well, that's like saying the sun will get up tomorrow. What's your
No,
point?
but that's what I'm saying. So you have to nurture in order for you to grow. You cannot grow without nurturing. It's
You
impossible.
put 99%
saying-
of growth.
I guess it's a communication error. Who is not moving? If you're growing and losing at the same amount, what's happening?
You go stale, you go dead.
You're not going in any direction. You're flat.
Right.
That's my point. Don't try to do both at the same time. Focus on the growth or focus on retention, whatever it is, but focus on one thing.
If you're I disagree because
You should
if you're,
disagree
no, I'll
because
tell
you
you
don't
why. I'll tell you
understand.
why. Because if your retention is automated, okay.
Automated?
Yeah, you use some automation in order for you to help
great
your retention.
retention, Mike.
No, it's not the best, but it's being
Robots
done.
will be nurturing my clients.
Because if you're not doing it, I'm sorry to say, like your growth is like kind of useless because you're growing, but you're like, oh, forget these, and then you're just losing. So.
Okay. I'm not saying to not do it. I'm saying put 90% of your energy into something in order to pierce through the resistance.
Okay, and put 10%.
Most
to
people
nurturing.
do the half thing, which is why they're not going.
Yes,
getting
this
to
I
that.
agree with 100, and I've caught myself doing that too. When I try and stick with who I have, and that's not moving, right?
Yeah.
But I go, this is a sure, like in my head, I'm going, this is a sure thing because I know these people, and that's absolutely false. If they've not been moving, they will not move in the next few days.
Yeah.
So the opportunities have been there for them to move. But if they're not going to move if they haven't moved in the last 3 months, they're not moving in the next 2 days. So maybe I should be focusing on my growth as
You
well
can't
at the
do
same time.
saving money and making money at the same time. It's not possible.
I disagree. I'm going to tell you why. Because you can have a potential client, okay, that you're nurturing and still hasn't converted. You're going to keep nurturing that potential client until they convert, right? There are people, example in our business, we're looking at growth. There's people in our business that we could have been in contact with for a year. And then if we didn't nurture, they would be gone somewhere else.
I didn't say don't nurture. I said if you're unhappy with your results is what I'm trying to say. It's most probably what I'm trying to say because you're trying to do two things at the same time. That's why you're not getting enough traction to make a difference. One day you're saving, the next day you're spending. You look at your bank, it's like, oh shit, I'm back where I was. I made $3, I spent $3, I'm at zero. I gotta say, I'm gonna focus on making more money now for a good 3 months straight, and I'm not gonna worry about the spending part of things. Then you look at your bank account, it's up. Oh, it worked. You see?
Let's talk about spending.
But the
go ahead.
idea is
Yeah.
to do the two things, but with one taking over the majority
So you want to
of the time.
basically make more money than you spend.
In a more than a 50%, I'm saying go 80, 90% of your day through the growth if you want to change your financial situation, if you want more listings, if you want more buyers, but put more energy into it so that it makes a difference. Working out and diet is the same thing. If all week I'm all healthy and I do my exercise and I eat perfect, and then on the weekend I shove 12 can of beers and 17 pizzas, and Oh, I look the same all the time. How come? Well, it's because I'm doing the same amount of in and out. But if I focus and say, I met this broker yesterday, extremely fit guy, looks amazing, but he never cheats the diet, so he looks amazing. He pushed through enough, he put enough energy into the diet and the workout that he looks amazing. He's different than all of us normal people. You see? So it's the same in business.
Does the growth ever get easier when you get to a certain level after you pierce through
No,
it?
the thing that happens with the growth is that then you can hire people to help you out to get both things going, because it's not you anymore, it's other people. But you gotta break that barrier of I can't afford it and I gotta juggle all the balls myself.
Well, let's talk about affording things, because this weekend is American Thanksgiving, which is kind of the undertone of the kickoff to the holidays. Everyone's going to be shopping. You went to the parade last week. They did as well. And I think one thing that we know for sure is when you're in real estate, there's certain, I guess, expectations of what's of gift giving, and certain clients maybe, or certain people that you know that are maybe expecting gifts. Do you, at this time of year, this type of market, are you putting restraints on what you're doing in terms of what you're buying for the holidays?
Nope.
Nope.
Well, Mike is a very particular case.
I actually, what I do, I always buy bottles of wine for a certain number of people every single year, and I never miss a year, including neighbors and stuff like that. So.
Mike is a great gift giver. He gives a lot, and that's why he receives a lot.
What about you?
I think that now is a perfect time for most would think, oh, it's a contracting market. We're going into a recession. I should hold on and try to save. I think you should be going the other direction.
Yeah.
If everybody's going to be contracting, which is what's happening, then you go in the other direction.
Don't follow the herd.
You know, it's risky, but that's when you should be giving even more, so that people remember you, see you as, oh, you're standing out because you're giving me a gift when everybody else is holding back. And that's why we're doing our Christmas party, and we're going all in. Completely paid for by myself to everybody. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have the invites. If you don't have the invite, please reach out to reception and let them know that you've not received it. The invites went out this afternoon. So if you're watching and you've not gotten an email, the French version and the English version of the invitation has gone out, and please do RSVP.
But it's very scary right now for people to give.
Yeah.
Because of the news, because of the financial situation. What do you think?
I think it's twofold. You can base yourself on what you...
Do this.
Go ahead.
One.
One.
No, because we're going to use it for TikTok later, so make sure you're more animated. Do it again. There you go.
Number
There you go.
one, like you
One,
jumping
yeah.
on your damn... Well, no, it is twofold. So you have... you do have what you see on the media, what you see on the news and so on, which is the whole world is collapsing and the recession talks are on the way. All the people are actually saying, we're already in a recession, actually. They just didn't announce it yet. And things keep crashing. The stock market, one little comment from one little person crashes 5% overnight. So that's very scary. But then I think it's very important to not look at that, because that doesn't affect you at all except just destroying your spirit, and just looking at your own financial situation. As you said, you just look at your own account. That's what counts.
Right.
I'm a bank guy.
Right.
I'm never going to look at somebody else's account to know how I should deal with mine. Every life is different. Every situation is different. So when it comes to finances, especially for a business, I would say, do not look at what the herd's saying, what the news are saying, this and that, because it's so easy. That's how everybody wakes up in the morning. I coach over 200 people, 200 clients, and they all tell me the same thing. In the morning, what's your routine? Well, I wake up and I look at the news. I'm like, what the hell good that to you do? Oh, it's a habit. I'm like, what good do you take out of it? Nah, not much. And then they're all depressed all day because it's all crappy news.
And you're not.
No,
Less than that.
but we looked at. I'm excited for the numbers too, because we're at the end of the month. We're going to have new numbers for how November performed. We looked at the numbers at the beginning of November for October, and if you remember correctly,
the
market numbers were pretty much on par with prior to the pandemic. If you remember correctly.
The number from 2019 to you mean generally speaking in the Greater Montreal or of the Greater Quebec area? Yes, I believe so. But I don't know because that was at the beginning of the month.
That was at the beginning of the month.
now
So
I
that's
don't
why I'm
know how-
excited to know now. I'm excited to know now.
We're gonna find out soon.
What's been the what has been the dialogue that you've had with the brokers? Today was a roundtable. You did your subject, but what was the tone? Did it mirror anything like you just said, or?
The tone wasn't directly, obviously, on finances. That can be more of a one-on-one subject.
Yeah.
But I did have a lot of the brokers. Actually, I had maybe 3/4 of the brokers telling me, you know what, it's a lot slower now, or I hear it's slower, and what should I do, and this and that. You have a few that are saying, no, it's actually an opportunity, plant the seeds now and
Right.
go on, and they were encouraging each other. That's great. But what I did hear, actually, that's not necessarily related to what we're saying, but it was a good point that was brought in by one of the brokers who has quite a few doors on the side, and he was saying that the rental market itself is also going on a panic mode. So
Really?
The rentals are.
I heard it's hot.
He said no. When I say panic mode, that means people can't even afford it. There was 30 cases filed last week for just one single building. So that was a very, very high percentage of people that couldn't even make their rent and asking for extensions and so on.
Well,
So
if you look at the food banks in Montreal, you have
course.
people who have full-time salaries that are going. If you want to talk about going to buy lettuce across the street, I'm not going to name names because I don't want to get in trouble. But when you're paying $9 for romaine, you have to ask yourself what's happening in the world. I mean, a lot of the times might not look at the price, and it's convenient that it's there. But I was just literally at one point I said, eventually I'm just going to start walking out with some stuff because there's $9 for butter, $10 for butter.
There's a provocative.
I mean, let's be realistic. I mean, let's be honest. I remember being a kid. Okay.
Can you add wanted most?
No, you know what I'm appalled? I'm going to tell you why I'm appalled. I'm appalled because that speaks volumes to where we are. In our system, it's not. We're such a giving city. We have bike paths. We're going to take care of you. We're going to do that. We're going to unsnow the bike paths. I mean, my God, when you look at these moms, these dads, these single parents who are making less than X, raising kids, and you got to go buy butter and it's $10. I mean, you got to think of what you're doing for the community. Don't ask why there's violence in the city. Don't ask. You know why there's violence in the city. Come on now.
It's a topic that is a wide topic.
It's a wide topic. Sure, it's a wide topic, but it is expensive. It is expensive, and I'm glad to know that you're still giving good gifts because now you have a new addition in the Meller Group family. I'll be
expecting.
Where do I put my stocking, Santa? Where do I put my stocking, Santa?
It's not just about giving money or gifts. It's also about giving attention and giving attention is the best one. It's about giving information. It's about giving your time. It's about giving.
It's the season to be giving.
No, but it's always the season to be giving.
Yeah.
But even more important now. No, I'm saying the more you give, the more you share, the more you try to help.
Yeah.
That it be in the business, that it be in anything. That's how you're going to get the business down the road. I was driving on St. Charles on Monday morning, on St. Charles Boulevard in the West Island. We were going to our Beaconsfield office, and there's a big digital sign for the city, and they advertise all kinds of stuff going on in the city. And one of the things I've been saying to brokers to do forever is go to the city hall, say, hey, how can I help my neighborhood, my wherever you are, right? Mm-hmm. And so as I'm driving, I'm looking at the sign, and it's Christmas this and Christmas that, and then it says, we're looking for people to help out, the bénévoles, come and sign up and all that. I'm thinking, see, this is a great place to be right now, or to do year-round, but especially now for brokers. If it's quieter for you and less listings, less transaction, well, then go give your time and your
go
attention.
gift wrapping.
Because you're going to meet all kinds of people from the community in doing something great. You don't have to even say you're a broker, but they'll figure it out at some point. And so you're planting
Gabriel was
seeds.
talking about that.
Gabriel
Gift wrapping? You don't want me gift wrapping your kid. It's not going to turn out well.
You gotta give without expecting anything back, and it's gonna
100%.
come. It says it in the Bible.
We have, it must be right
Give
there.
and you shall
We
receive.
have some questions here. I think these are for Gabriel. Which I have here.
Yeah, I'll just open
They're
it on
from-
the side. Yeah. We had a few brokers actually sending some questions, and we had actually he had a comment also on social media. that was saying, talking about gifts, do you prioritize gifts for your growth group or the one you are nurturing? I have a feeling this is coming from somebody from within the agency.
Please repeat the question.
So talking
My attention was to somewhere else.
yeah. Talking about gifts, do you prioritize gifts for your growth group or the one you are nurturing?
I don't know what a growth group is, but I'm going to say that I give gifts to everybody. I don't discriminate my gift giving. I do help out anybody that wants to help out. I'm only interested in helping out with what I can help out with, and it's not about giving things per se, gifts like bottles of wine. I think I got more than to offer that's even more valuable than a bottle of wine.
It's very presidential of you. That's a very good speech.
You know, I had a dream. I told Jay, I'm going to share this quick. I dreamt a couple of days ago that I was being elected president of the United States. And as I'm going for my inaugural speech, I'm walking towards the podium and there's kids and people and I'm shaking hands and I'm like, oh my God, my team didn't give me a speech. I have nothing to say in front of these millions of people. So as I'm walking, I slow down to talk to a kid and say, oh, thank you, because I'm thinking, what the hell am I going to say to the millions of people? Yeah. So as I came to the microphone, I said, is there anything really to add to what just took place? We can all celebrate that we... And then I woke up. Because my baby, my little William started crying. Well, what does that mean? That I'm a giver.
Well, it means you're a confident man, that's for sure. If you're dreaming you're going to be the president of the United States of America,
I think I can help a lot
that's a
of
good
people.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a very good thing.
So I hope I answered the question in the growth group or in the nurturing group.
Everybody.
I want to give to everybody.
So we had a few questions also that came in preemptively before the live. There's some coming actually from students, future brokers, and some from experienced brokers.
Why not?
So I'm going to throw a few at you. So one of the good ones I liked is, what is the benefits of having 200 plus agent network versus smaller agencies? For anybody, let's say, that would join.
What would you say, my friend over there?
Which one? Me?
Both of you are my friends.
Oh.
The advantages?
Oh my God.
Well, for me, it's always been the power of numbers, right? Whenever I talk about this office,
Networking.
whenever I talk about this office, it is just people's eyes. Oh, you're at the Heritage office with all those people? Yeah. Oh, wow. It's great.
That's not
It's
just
exciting.
heritage.
It's exciting for you.
The
It's
power
exciting.
of people is the
They go,
power.
is Etienne still there? I go, yeah, he's still there.
It's the opportunities that it generates. Because if you can network with more than 1, 2, 10, 3, then opportunities will abound. Is that a word? Sounds good.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be the president, I best
now.
start learning new words. That's why I network a lot. So I think the bigger we are, the better it is to exchange, to help each other, to just have more opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah. There's always people walking through the door here too. Always. In all,
Well,
in all the offices.
It's more visibility
Yeah, it's
for
great.
everybody. It's just more attention.
And there's nothing wrong with Popeyes. If you're from one of the offices and you don't have an office, come say hi.
Of course.
I mean, we're either at one of the offices, or someone's either at one of the offices, or we're all at the same office. Come say hi.
Any other questions, Mr. Zikri?
I guess we have time for one more here. If we have one question here that would say, if one joined the Mela Group, are they anchored to a specific franchise or location?
No, you're not. That's the beauty again with size, is that we have offices across the greater Montreal, and we're expanding. So you can you join one, you have access to all of them. So you go where your business is. I think it's a big advantage because you don't know where your next customer is going to come from.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it's a very dinosaur mentality anyways to start thinking about, well, my office needs to be there because my clients are there and so on. If you're at the, I don't see the correlation. That was probably maybe a pre-COVID thing, but now
Well,
people
I
are
remember when I
on the
first
road.
started, I had to do calls. I had access to
sure.
to the tele listing, and I said, I can't be home. We just had Chloe, and I said, I can't be here making phone calls. Like, it's just not going to be happening. And it's said, why don't you just go use an office in Beaconsfield? So I was doing calls for Ville-Marie Centrale Ouest
And
You know?
I like to change things up. I get bored, so I like different environments personally. So I like the idea of going. If you don't know, we move around from office to office every day. We change it up. I
Yeah.
think it's fun. I hate
is
going
fun.
to the same place every day, and so why not? And I get to see other different people. Right, Mike?
Exactly.
See, Mike was thinking profoundly about what we were just saying. What would you say?
Where were
about
you?
it?
What were you thinking?
Well, I mean, the fact of moving from office to office make it boring if you're always in the same place, confined. I mean, it defeats the purpose of being a broker.
And what about just diversification of your own business? Maybe you want to move a bit in the eastern part of the island, and you want to do a bit of business on the South Shore. You want to do the downtown. You want to do the West Island. For those that want to expand, why not?
It's true.
It's beautiful.
It's wonderful.
So we encourage
What do you got in
everybody.
the next few days? So we got the Christmas party or the holiday party, which is out now. So you should have your invitation. Is there anything else going on? What, you have a roundtable on Thursday?
Every Thursday.
Every
Every
Thursday?
Tuesday, every Thursday.
Mike, you got prep sessions coming, or what's happening with that?
2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we should have another prep session. in
Prep
2 weeks.
session for the OACIQ exam. So if anybody's doing or about to do their OACIQ exam, that'd be in French or English. We have our own teachers in-house. Mike is one of them. And we have Mohammed, who's a professional teacher also, and also a real estate broker.
And a licensed electrician.
It's true.
Yeah.
Outdoor activity tonight, Thursday, in Point Claire, the light show.
Is it tonight?
Yep.
Okay.
6:45.
6:45. Yeah, you'll see that in the Quite Enough. We started adding some ideas, conversation points, very real simple stuff that you can copy paste into your network, just to keep them abreast of what's going on in the neighborhoods. And we're gonna start adding more stuff. So that's a good one.
Are you going to the late show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the Coca-Cola train? No, that's not.
No idea.
That's in.
Well, that's in
the
But it is
Coca-Cola
a-
train is in
I think it
Beaconsfield.
included a train though. Didn't it?
Oh, really?
No, that's in
That's
December.
what my wife
Yeah, that's
told me.
closer to the holidays.
No.
So they got the light show in Point Claire. You got the Habs playing tonight versus
Buffalo.
Dominic Hasek's team. That's how long it's been since I followed hockey.
Oh
properly.
boy. Says the news guy.
This is the news guy.
So with that, we'll see you all on Thursday, same time.
Mike has a birthday coming up. For everyone who should know, Mike has a birthday coming up.
When's his
Really,
birthday?
really not that important. But
It's
When's
very
his
important.
birthday?
It's very
29.
important.
When's that?
Next week.
There's something on the 29th.
It's his
Yeah,
birthday.
His birthday.
We got the BBC
Oh,
thing.
the BBC thing. Oh shit! Are you gonna come, or
course I'm
you
coming.
want to celebrate with your family?
I'm coming.
You'd rather be with me, huh?
Yeah.
There you go. So great. So yeah. So Thursday we'll see you all. If you have questions, you have comments, you want us to talk about something specific,
Yeah.
we'll gladly share.
If you want to talk content, you can write us on the Rouge et Noir website, MG Agence Marketing. We can help you try and pinpoint what it is that you're looking for to grow. And just come say hi. Come say what's up. Come say hello.
Anytime.
Come say Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Kwanzaa. Happy Chinese New Year.
All right.
That's enough.